Hi, I'm Andrew with Baker's Gas, and we're here today with the Lincoln Electric series of hoods that they just came out with. So today in this video we're going to do a comparison though of the two. So some of you guys may know or may not know, but there's a 3034-4 and a 3034-5. So today I have the -4 and the -5, and we're going to do a comparison on these two. They're both 3350 series, so the top of the line hood Lincoln makes. Awesome hoods, both have a clarity of 1111. But there is some minute differences in the two. Now, from previous videos, and if you guys tag along here, this thing, #1 selling hood in America, the -4 was. Still is. Awesome hood, great reliability, 5-year warranty on both of these hoods now. Their warranty's awesome. Have had any trouble getting a warranty done on a hood. But let's dive into the main differences. So you can see them side by side. Look about the same. You do notice a little bit of there's a light on the 3350 ADV, so this is the -5. And then on the side here, grind button, light button, and this one only has a grind button on the side. So a little bit minute differences. On the front lens too, you can see extra sensor, only has 4 sensors, and it has a 5th sensor right there, and a bigger solar panel that help with that battery. So a little bit different on the front look, but just side by side, you really see the difference. But if you were just to hand you one, it'd be hard to tell unless you really knew what you had there. So a little bit, the ADV or the -5 is heavier than the -4. And I know a lot of people have been saying that, well, man, it's too heavy for my head. Well, then the -4 is the one for you because it's still a great quality hood. So the -5 though just came out with a 2.5 resting shade. And this still has a shade 3 in the resting shade. So 2.5 or 3, what's the main difference? This one is lighter when it's in resting mode. So if you're not welding right, it is a lighter, like looking through. Is it that big of a difference? Depends. I mean, depends on what you're doing, I guess. But let me take the lenses out and I'll show you guys the main difference between those two. So these lenses just pop out of here. Both of them have grind buttons, so they're going to have this extra little knob up top. See that little cord? You got to unhook that, and that's where the button for the grind button is. I'll pull that out and set it down so you can take a look at that. Now this one has the light up top, but the light stays in, and all you got to do is take the grind button off there. And there you go. That comes out. You can see the front of that one. It's got the light, extra sensor, bigger solar panel. So like I said, that light stays, the light battery stays in there. And that's the battery for the light. So it does not, the light doesn't run on the battery for the actual welding lens itself. So we'll set that down. We'll take a look at the main difference on the front side. About the same viewing range. This one's a little bit bigger, the old -4. Not much though, it's very minute on the different sizes. And then I'll flip them over. Now this is where the big difference comes into play. This one has a digital interface. I'll peel that off there. So we got a digital interface and then an analog interface. Now in my personal opinion, this one's it has such a high popularity because it is analog, it's simple, you turn the knob, you select your shade, whether you want to be in shades 9 through 13 or shades 5 through 8. You just select the switch and then you just adjust your knobs. Very simple. Now this one, if you turn it on, it's got a digital interface, goes up and down, tells you your shade, your sensitivity, and your delay. Super simple to use. There's not much to it really. It's got 3 memory settings there, and it gives you a battery life of the welding lens, not the light. So it's a very simple setup, but you can see the main differences between digital and analog. This is the -4, and this is the brand new -5. So very easy to use. Now on the light, so the light itself, when you turn it on, you hold that button, the light comes on. The light goes off when the arc initiates, and then the light comes back on after the arc stops. So it does have an arc sensor for that light. Biggest thing I see people doing, they leave that light on, the battery dies, and then the light doesn't ever come on, and they don't even realize it because it's on their forehead, right? So you gotta remember, did I turn that light on or did I turn it off? Because that's one of the biggest things, the batteries die constantly on those. And the reason this is heavier is because of that battery. That battery causes a little bit more weight up top. But very convenient to have, say you're in a dark spot or whatever you're in, to confine space. That light is pretty awesome. But let me pop these back in. Like I said, it's very simple to do. It's all locked back up in there. And that's how, basically you just pop it all in, plug it back in. Very simple to use. It all goes back together. So awesome hoods. And if the question that we always get is, well, which one would you get, or why one or the other? I mean, I like the old analog style of this one right here, the Dash 4. It's light, super reliable. I've welded a lot with mine, runs great. The new Dash 5, I welded very little with it, but it is a very clear hood, and that 2.5 resting shade does make a difference. I know it sounds crazy, but it does really make a difference when you're looking through there. And the clarity, though, both have a great clarity. And really, for the money, they're both a good bang for your buck. I really do believe so. So let me set that off to the side. Now the ADV, you can remember, like the Dash 4, multiple graphics. We got graphics for everybody. Now the ADV does not have a whole lot of graphics yet, but they're coming out with more. But that is a 3350-5 with the light and that graphic right there. Thought that was pretty cool, so we busted that one out. And you can notice too, just a slight difference. They don't put the logo on the side with the graphics on them. That's pretty cool. It's just kind of a sleek, nice design. Awesome hoods. But if you guys got any questions or comments, please leave them down below. We'll do our best to answer them. Thanks again for watching, and stay tuned for some more. Alright, so what I wanted to show off here next is for you guys who want to see the light. So you have that button right there. So this is your grind, that's your light. You flip it down, you hold it down, light comes on. When you strike an arc, the light goes off. And there is a little cue in here, and I'll show you real quick here. There's a spot inside the lens that when we turn that on, it tells us our light's on. So it gives you a reminder, hey, your light's on. I'm telling you that most of the time, people leave that light on. It burns that battery up. So